Exciting commas. Continuing with commas with introductory elements, we're looking at comma rule number 4 today. So we've had the first 3 comma rules. We use commas to separate elements in a series. We used a comma to separate 2 adjectives of equal rank. The comma rule number 3 was we were using using commas to join 2 independent clauses. So comma rule number 4 is use a comma after introductory participle or participial phrase. So we got to come look at the side note. What is a participle? A participle is a verb form that acts as an adjective modifying a noun or pronoun. All right, adjectives modify nouns or pronouns. The participle may come before or after that noun or pronoun, just the way an adjective would work. So what does a participle look like? Well, here's a present participle. A present participle would end in the form ing. A past participle would end in ed or d, depending on the verb. And so an example of a present participle would be the laughing children clamored for more jokes. Okay, laughing is a participle. It's a present participle. It ends in ing, but it modifies children. What kind of children? Laughing children. A past participle, the apples, washed and polished, are ready. What kind of apples do we have? We have washed apples and we have polished apples. So these are examples of participles. Now, the rule that we're working with on commas is use a comma after an introductory participle or participial phrase. So we have to identify, is it a participle or participial phrase that starts our sentence. So here's the example with the comma rule in effect. Singing at the top of her lungs, comma, Tanya impressed the judges. So singing at the top of her lungs is a participial phrase telling how Tanya was singing. All right. Another example using past participle. And this is strictly a participle, it's not a phrase, it's just a participle. Amazed, comma, we viewed the Andromeda galaxy. How did we view it? We were amazed. Okay, again, modifying we. And then the last example, building off that, amazed by what we saw, we looked at the massive galaxy. All right, so now here's our participle, here's our participial phrase. So this would be what we would consider our participle. This whole thing is our participial phrase up to the comma, and it modifies we, and that's why we use that comma to set it off. Same thing here. Singing is our participle. Singing at the top of her lungs is the participial phrase. Again, the comma is used to set it off, and that participial phrase, participle must modify a noun. This one modifies Tanya. This one modifies we. So comma rule number 4, use a comma after an introductory. An introductory means at the beginning of a sentence, use a comma after an introductory participle or participial phrase. Good luck on your activities.